having previous conversations with yourself and some of your team, what's really intrigued me is that you guys have all mentioned that you're no longer authoring on your desktop in a Word document, you're authoring in a web environment, and as you say, all your colleagues can see your work in progress.
Yes.
And what I found really interesting was that a few of your guys have mentioned that it's forced you to up your game a little bit, and there's a sort of healthy rivalry and competition going on between the authors. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I guess you see that Professor Harris or something has actually done an awful lot of his content and got it shaped out. So that encourages other people to get on with theirs. It's also interesting from the module team chair point of view, because you can see how different people work. So some people go straight in and come out with beautifully crafted paragraphs and things. Other people go in and put in the scaffolding. And it's great in that way because it allows you to do those things and adjust them. And I can look at them and suggest different ways, or say, okay, you're doing something similar to X, why don't you go and have a look at their bit, and sort out between you, what you want to do.
And how does the drafts compare with the typical drafts that you would produce in the more formal module production process for LTS?
Yeah, that's interesting. I think really they're very different because you're working in a web platform. You're no longer thinking entirely in words. You're thinking, what video assets do I want? What interactivity do I want? What pictures do I want? How much illustration do I need here? How do I keep the students engaged with this content?
I've heard you describe it as you're no longer writing words for the web, you're writing learning activities. And that's really exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Yeah, and in a way I sort of feel that the journey that we had when we went from producing the Open University books and things and various assets to onto the web, it was like, how do we get the book onto the web? This is completely different. This is, you start with a new state and you say, hey, we've got this fantastic medium, the web, with all these electronic things that we can give students immediate feedback on how they're doing. And you look at it in that way, and you look at the learning journey in that way.
So it's safe to say that we're no longer using print production methodologies for digital delivery, we're using digital production for digital delivery.
Absolutely.